An overnight fire had crews out before 5 a.m. We bring you the latest on this apparent house fire. Plus, more inmates have been found from an escaped Louisiana jail. This leaves just one man on the loose. We have those stories and more on 12 News at noon.
From WBNG, the Southern Tier's #1 local news. This is 12 News at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for being here with us for 12 News at noon. I'm Jess Liptzin. Emergency crews responded to a possible house fire in Endicott today. A 12 News crew captured heavy smoke near the corner of Country Club Road and Pierce Avenue. As shown here by footage from a 12 News camera on scene, multiple fire and emergency units arrived around 4 in the morning. There were no visible flames at the scene. This is a developing story, so continue to stick with us as we learn more. We have a traffic alert in the village of Endicott to tell you about that will start this week. Starting Wednesday, May 28th, McKinley Avenue will be temporarily closed every day from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is for demolition work at the old IBM complex. The closure may remain in place for up to 2 weeks. That's depending on the demolition progress. Detours will be in place with signs to direct traffic. The village notes closing McKinley Ave is a necessary part of the final phase of the demo process to ensure public safety. In England, celebration and revelry were abruptly and shockingly interrupted Monday evening when a car plowed into a parade celebrating Liverpool FC's latest Premier League soccer championship. Nick Robertson has more on what police described as an isolated incident.
Yeah, a 53-year-old white British male from the Liverpool area. That's what the police say. They were quick because less than a year ago, not far from here, there was a stabbing incident where 3 young girls were killed at a dance class. Social media, particularly right-wing groups, circulated the notion that there was some kind of racist motivation behind it. And I think the police very quick here to put everyone's mind at rest, not terrorism. It's not clear what it is. I'll just step out of the way here. Luis can sort of zoom in and look at that big police truck. Immediately behind the police truck is an inflatable tent. Inside that tent is the people carrier vehicle that British male driver was driving as he slammed into the crowd, swerving out of the crowd, back into the crowd again. As you say, 4 of the injured are children. 2 people seriously injured in hospital. One of those seriously injured, a child. 27 people total taken to hospital for treatment, 20 treated at the roadside. So a massive, almost 50 casualties here. And firefighters, when they arrived, said that the first thing they did was to have to lift the vehicle up and pull 4 people out from underneath that vehicle. One of those was a child. So it was horrific scenes. But imagine just minutes prior, these streets here thronged. Hundreds of thousands of people out celebrating this soccer-mad city of Liverpool, this great team that's fabled not just in the UK but throughout Europe for its prowess. Everyone was out celebrating the Premier League win. And it just turned in that moment. But the word was sort of slow to spread. People couldn't communicate on their mobile phones. There were so many people here, the phone signals weren't working. But the police, very quick, as you say, to provide what information they could to set people's mind at rest and not looking for someone else, not believing it's terrorism. But we've yet to get an update from the police today, and their forensic teams are still working on the site up there behind me as to what they believe led this 53-year-old male to drive his car repeatedly into so many people when it was quite apparent what was happening. This city is still coming to terms with that awful shock.
Philadelphia police say 2 people were killed in a shooting at a park Monday night. 9 others were injured. Authorities say multiple rounds were fired at Fairmount Park after a car meetup. No weapons have been recovered yet. The victims include an adult male and female. 3 teenagers ranging in age from 15 to 17 were among those injured.
10:27, they hear several gunshots fired. As a result of that gunfire, we have 11 shooting victims. Of those 11, 8 of them are adults. 2 of those individuals, a male and a female, have been pronounced. The other 8 are in, other 9 are in a stable condition.
Earlier in the day, Fairmount Park was filled with families and community members enjoying Memorial Day cookouts. 3 more of the inmates who escaped custody in New Orleans have been captured. Officials say Lenton Van Buren was detained in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Police say he was found sitting on a bench near a department store. 2 other inmates, Leo Tate and Jermaine Donald, were arrested in Walker County, Texas. Now there are just 2 escapees who are still at large, and they are considered armed and dangerous. A total of 10 inmates escaped from the prison earlier this month. A source says they allegedly used electric hair trimmers with multiple clipper blades to help cut their way through the cell walls. 7 people have been arrested and are accused of helping the inmates. Former Democratic Congressman Charles Rangel has died at the age of 94. Rangel was a representative for districts in New York City for more than 46 years. Rangel served in the Army from 1948 through 1952. He was a Purple Heart and Bronze Star with Valor recipient for his efforts in Korea. In 1970, Rangel was elected to the House of Representatives, New York's 18th district. This began his 23-year term run. He retired from office in 2016. Hillary Clinton spoke about his passing at a Memorial Day event in Arlington yesterday.
Charlie urged me to run for the Senate. He was my staunchest supporter. I was so honored to serve with him for 8 years. He was a military veteran, so it seems appropriate to honor him and everything he did, not only for his constituents in Harlem, but literally for our state and our country. I'll miss him. He was a great friend.
Governor Kathy Hochul ordered flags to be flown across the state at half-staff in his honor. She said in a statement, quote, "Charlie was a powerful voice in government and politics, and we remember him today for not only leading his life as a public servant of this great state, but also for his dedicated service to our military in the Korean War." Former Empire actor Jussie Smollett has reached a settlement with the city of Chicago. Smollett donated $50,000 to a nonprofit organization to close the city's civil suit against him. The suit sought repayment for the money spent investigating what authorities called a staged hate crime. In 2019, Smollett claimed he was attacked by 2 men using racist and homophobic slurs. His story quickly unraveled, with police accusing him of orchestrating the attack. He was convicted in 2021, but the Illinois Supreme Court later overturned that ruling. In a statement, Smollett said he's relieved to move on and hopes that donations will do some good. The city's law department called the agreement a fair resolution. Former Olympic gymnast Mary Lou Retton was arrested for driving under the influence. It happened on May 17th in West Virginia. The 57-year-old was charged with 1 misdemeanor count of driving under the influence of alcohol, controlled substances, or drugs. According to court records, a judge gave Retton a $1,500 personal recognizant bond. Retton became a household name in the 1980s. She became the first American woman to earn an Olympic gold medal in the individual all-around event at the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles. Health problems have forced Billy Joel to cancel the remaining dates of his stadium tour. Joel's team posted social media saying the legendary singer has been diagnosed with a brain disorder, which is causing hearing, vision, and balance problems. They say he is committed to healing and prioritizing his health. Joel fell on his back during his last show in February, but finished out the set. He announced a break from touring a few weeks after that, but will now cancel his remaining 17 shows. Tickets for the shows will be refunded. Music's biggest stars turned out for the 51st American Music Awards last night in Las Vegas, the largest fan-voted music award show. While big awards were handed out, the live performances took center stage. CBS News correspondent Andres Gutierrez has the highlights.
Billie Eilish won all 7 American Music Awards she was nominated for, including the big prize, Artist of the Year.
Artist of the Year. This is so crazy. I feel speechless.
SZA took home 2 awards, Favorite Female R&B Artist and Favorite R&B Song.
Thank you to all the fans that voted for me. I love you so much, just as much as you love me, probably more. You have no idea. Thank you. God bless.
Fans voted Becky G Favorite Female Latin Artist.
This award wouldn't be possible without those who came before us, and I know we share in our struggles as well as our wins. So this goes to you guys. Los quiero mucho. Besitos.
Host Jennifer Lopez kicked off the show with a song and dance medley of 23 songs by the show's various nominees. Benson Boone included his signature flip during his performance of Mystical Magical. Gloria Estefan treated fans to some of her biggest hits.
This year was the first time the American Music Awards were presented in Las Vegas, and it was a night many won't soon forget.
That's because Janet Jackson performed on live television for the first time in 7 years, before accepting her Icon Award for her 5 decades in the music industry.
The one thing that I that I hope for is that I've been an inspiration to others.
And Rod Stewart received the AMA Lifetime Achievement Award.
I had this burning ambition to sing. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to be rich or famous.
Then closed the show with his hit Forever Young on a night he will never forget. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Las Vegas.
Memorial Day parades and observance ceremonies were taking place all across the southern tier yesterday. In Owego, the community gathered for a parade. In its 134th year, the parade honored Tioga County soldiers from the Civil War all the way to the global war on terror. Although the community came out in droves, there was an empty presence many felt. This year's parade was the first after the passing of organizer Jim Raftis, who hosted it for the past 60 years. Those who were in attendance not only honored Jim's memory, but also paid tribute to those who aren't with us today.
All of us here today continue in the generations-old tradition of gathering to remember our war dead. We also remember our POWs and MIAs, many of whom never made it home.
EMS personnel, fire trucks, police, and of course the veterans were among those marching in the parade in Owego. At the conclusion of the parade, the community gathered at the Tioga County Veterans Memorial for a service of remembrance. After spending months in space, this astronaut is floating again, but now on Earth. Coming up on 12 News at noon, we hear from the astronaut on why she took a plunge into the water. That's next.
The wheel. One of humans' greatest inventions.
Who knew then it could land you here, the hospital?
Wheeled vehicles cause thousands and thousands of injuries every year.
Injured? Get the money you deserve.
At Harding Mazzotti, you get over 30 years of helping experience.
And our experience knows how to win.
Hurt by something on wheels?
Call Harding Mazzotti.
Harding Mazzotti, do it again. Call 1-800-410-10.
The wheel. What's next?
Coming through.
Sweet kid.
Need windows? Considering buy two, get two free or 50% off deals? Beware. Some offers are too good to be true. At Window World, we provide honest, itemized pricing. Before you buy, get multiple quotes and compare prices. Choose a trusted company like Window World today.
More cars, lower prices. Simmons Rockwell. Make car buying simple when you drive your deal at a Simmons Rockwell location near you, where you'll always find more cars at lower prices. At Simmons Rockwell Nissan, you'll find brand new 2025 Nissan Rogue SV all-wheel drives for only $31,999. Make car buying simple. Drive your deal at Simmons Rockwell Nissan in Horseheads and Hornell.
My brother, William Mattar, is known for being a good guy. Sweet, caring, a rock. But don't let his calm exterior fool you, because deep within him is a killer instinct. Okay, it's deep within him. Really, really deep. But it's in there, and he uses it to take on big insurance and win. So if you're hurt in a car, call William Mattar, my sweet, killer instinct brother. 444-4444.
We're starting off with breaking news out of Tioga County. We're looking for a little more information. Where police are urging residents to steer clear of the area.
We are tracking a line of showers and storms. We have some snow showers behind it.
It's all about getting you ready for the day ahead.
12 News this morning on WBNG.
Today, we bring you the profile of a hero. Marine Private First Class Gomer Pyle.
Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. But this hero is a musical Marine. Gomer Pyle.
Weeknights on Binghamton's Me TV.
Dodge City. There ain't no better place for true hospitality.
Dodge is a great little town. Well, let's get out there and see just how rough it is.
Gunsmoke.
Weekdays on Binghamton's Me TV.
Welcome back to 12 News at noon. Southwest Airlines' longtime slogan of bags fly free will soon expire. Starting with bookings made on Wednesday, the carrier will charge passengers for checked luggage. One piece will cost $35 with a charge of $45 for a second suitcase. Southwest passengers didn't pay for 2 checked bags in 2024. But the Department of Transportation said the airline still earned $83 million in baggage fees due to heavy packers who needed at least 3 pieces of luggage. Certain travelers won't have to pay for their checked luggage, including A-list tier flyers and business fare passengers. Southwest has other changes on the way. Those include selling tickets on Expedia in an attempt to get more business. The carrier will also end its open seat policy in 2026 and will retrofit its planes with seats that will have more legroom. Hotel brands around the world are increasingly focused on all-inclusive resorts. The model is changing in terms of dining and room choices at some hotels, while others focus on offering a more boutique experience. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports on the evolution of the all-inclusive in today's Travel Tuesday.
An island vibe is part of what brought North Carolina residents Morgan McLeod and husband Dylan Plantich to Sandals Dunn's River in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. The resort right near the country's popular Dunn's River Falls is what the company calls Sandals 2.0 as it rolls out new room types with sky pools and roof terraces and a rum bar.
I think we see a pretty big difference compared to some of the older resorts that we've been to. This seems very much more detail-oriented, kind of higher end.
The resort, one of those we stayed at for a special rate, keeps familiar Sandals elements like swim-up bars, but adds more choices, including restaurant options.
We took all the data from our travel partners, our returning guests, and everybody, and we say, okay, let's reset it.
The restaurant scene at All-Inclusives is also shifting here in Mexico at Gran Velas Riviera Maya, where this restaurant is the first all-inclusive in the world to snag a AAA 5-Diamond Award, also honored with a Michelin star last year.
Under the watchful eye of executive chef Nayum Velasco, the kitchen at Cocina de Autor produces a seasonal 8-course tasting menu.
My inspiration comes mainly from my environment, my surroundings.
Gran Velas offers guests a 2-floor spa with locally inspired treatments and rooms with plunge pools and ocean views. But the food is a primary focus.
People want to get more value from what they're spending.
Value is also key for a new Hyatt brand called Vivid, with its Grand Island Hotel about 40 miles north in Cancun. The Hopping Beach Club shows off a casual, active vibe, catering to Gen Zs and millennials.
The younger generation is traveling way more than in the past, and that they are very interested in exploring the all-inclusive space.
A private boat transfer takes guests to Marriott's much quieter El Mare on the low-key island of Isla Mujeres.
I like to say Marriott's all in on all-inclusive. It is a big play for us.
El Mare serves up plenty of play, like tequila tastings, overwater yoga classes, and a Zen spa to design your own island retreat.
There's something about watching that at work after eating my PB&J for lunch that just makes me a little upset. Astronaut Suni Williams heads back to Houston area and NASA this week. But before getting back to work, she enjoyed some active downtown time over Memorial Day holiday weekend. Williams on Monday joined a group of year-round swimmers for a 1.5-mile swim off an island in Massachusetts. She says it was especially enjoyable after her recent return from an extended 286-day stay aboard the International Space Station.
Swimming's absolutely at the top. It just sort of lets you get into your own zen, your own mode. And one really nice thing about it being this cold still is the water's real clear.
Besides swimming, Williams likes CrossFit, weightlifting, and running to stay in shape. She is also a former U.S. Navy officer.
And we're looking ahead to some increasing cloud cover here today. We're seeing dry weather right now, but, you know, as we head into the afternoon, I'm not going to discount maybe a small chance of a shower. But nationally, all the rain for the most part is south of us, mid-Atlantic, down to the Gulf Coast as well. Coming in closer to home, you see those high clouds moving in. We have a couple areas of high pressure, same strength high pressure in the northern Great Lakes, as well as almost right over top of us. That's helping keep most of us, well, all of us dry at the moment. But you'll notice there are some more clouds and thicker, deeper moisture in the atmosphere coming our way that will eventually get here. Now, looking at the satellite loop, you see those high clouds moving in, and that's that milky color that you see, or that maybe even that gray color that you see in the sky here today. Coming in even closer, I want to draw your attention to see the cumulus cloud field developing over the higher terrain in the Catskills. You know, if we see any shower activity today likely to pop up over the higher terrain and perhaps drift elsewhere, but there is some very dry air for the first 4,000 to 5,000 feet above the ground. That's why I think the best chance of any isolated activity will be over the higher terrain here today. Temperatures in the 60s pretty much across the country. Locally, this noon hour, we've got 60s and 70s, 69 in Plymouth, 70 in Norwich, 70 in Roxbury, 63 cool degrees in Delhi, 65 at the airport, and 68 over in Vestal. Your headlines, yes, clouds increasing here for today, but most of us are dry. There is that possibility of a stray shower or two. Seasonable temperatures on the way for this week, and then getting into for the start of the weekend, I do think that there is that chance of some rain coming in on Saturday. There's a look at temperatures we'll get to in just a moment, but there's that high cloud cover coming in by 6 o'clock. Yes, we're still dry. So anything that develops today is likely isolated. By around 11 or 12 o'clock tonight, we're looking at overcast skies, and we start tomorrow dry. Now for the afternoon, rain starts to slide in from the south and the west, and I do think that by the afternoon we do have some rain showers around. There's a question, still some uncertainty as to just how far north and east that rain will be able to advance, but by 7 or 8 o'clock, some rain showers expected to be around the area. Into the overnight, Thursday morning, cloudy skies, perhaps a few showers. And into the afternoon, Thursday, we get some sunshine, some clouds, and there may be enough instability for perhaps a couple isolated heavy downpours and maybe even an isolated rumble of thunder possible. But overall, it does look like a pretty quiet day. Now, temperatures here by dinner time will be in the upper 60s to low 70s tonight, dropping back, staying in the upper 40s to mid 50s by daybreak. By midday tomorrow, yeah, with that increased cloud cover, likely going to be a little cooler. I still think we're in the upper 50s to mid 60s where the sun is able to hold on just a little bit longer. And then by dinner time, you'll see those numbers dropping back a bit into the 50s, I think, as some of that rain shower activity moves in. But the next 7 days, yeah, today we've got that increasing cloud cover. Tomorrow, low to mid 60s. Chance of showers around 70% and 40% on Thursday. Friday, we're looking at temperatures likely in the upper 60s to around 70. And then this weekend looks like it may start wet, but overall, next 7 days featuring finally some seasonable weather.
Yeah, it was we had all rain last week, then seemed like it was going to be all rain this week, and at least we had Memorial Day dry.
That was, that's a great way to end the holiday weekend. The weekend certainly started ugly in the 40s and rain. A little bit better Sunday, but yeah, yesterday was just a beautiful day.
It's also nice when you're preparing for it to be disgusting, and then today you go outside and it's really nice outside.
Sunshine goes a long way for the mental well-being.
Thank you, Howard. Now, before we had to break, here's some people we're remembering in our community today.
Through all we've been through together, we are still here to meet your needs as a community-trusted hearing care provider. Listen to what some of our friends have to say.
For me, Lawson's is kind of a lifeline.
Really changed my life. I'm going out more, joining in groups.
Noises have come alive.
It's the best place in the world to come when you need it.
And they're always so friendly when you call, and they get you right in.
It's really made a difference in my life.
Make Lawson's Hearing Center your first choice for hearing health care.
Lawson's Hearing Center, keeping people connected.
Everything must go at Van Cott Jewelers. Don't miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime deal, up to 80% off, plus up to an extra 10% off. You won't want to miss this. Hurry in for earrings, bracelets, rings, and more before Van Cott Jewelers closes its doors forever.
Spring is here, and it's time to clear the danger, open up your view, and protect your home before storms roll in. At John's Tree Service, we handle trimming, removals, and storm cleanup fast, safe, and affordable. Right now, get 10% off when you book before April 30th. Don't wait until it's too late. Call John's Tree Service at 607-235-3086 or visit johnstreeandlandscaping.com today. John's Tree Service gets it done.
Are you looking for a walk-in tub for you or someone you love? Well, look no further. A Safe Step walk-in tub is the best in its class. The ultra-low Easy Step helps keep you safe from having to climb over those high-walled tubs. allowing you to age gracefully in the home you love. Now, for a limited time, when you purchase your brand new Safe Step walk-in tub, you'll receive a free safety package. And if you call today, you'll also receive $1,500 off your entire order. Yes, $1,500 off. Now, you can enjoy the best of both worlds. The therapeutic benefits of a warm, soothing bath that can help increase mobility, relieve pain, boost energy, and even improve sleep. Or, if you prefer, you can take a refreshing shower with our stand-up shower package. Call today and receive a free safety package, plus $1,500 off.
Back pain, chronic debilitating back pain. Millions of Americans are suffering every day. But now, an emerging non-surgical treatment called spinal decompression therapy is helping thousands of people find relief and get back to an active and pain-free life. During each treatment, the patient relaxes as a gentle pull works to ease the pressure between discs with no medications and no surgery. So call today and see if spinal decompression therapy can help you.
Everything must go at Van Cott Jewelers. Don't miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime deal, up to 80% off, plus up to an extra 10% off. You won't want to miss this. Hurry in for earrings, bracelets, rings, and more before Van Cott Jewelers closes its doors forever.
Finally at noon, we have some very good news. Hong Kong's twin panda cubs have finally got names. Meet Gia Gia and Day Day. Those were the results of the naming competition. Giant panda Ying Ying gave birth to the cubs at the Ocean Park last August. The twins were nicknamed Elder Sister and Little Brother until their official names were decided. Much better names than the Elder Brother and Sister, whatever. All I know is I want baby pandas. That's going to do it for us here on 12 News at Noon. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can always stay up to date with us on our website, WBNG.com, or our 12 News app. Enjoy the rest of your day.